so mad at you.
I saw it. I was walking around the corner. You heard me gasp. I found this bag of old signs. It was at a Goodwill. They are all old, so some are like, all visitors, please register, which is not that interesting. But this to me is, it says Oculus prescriptions filled. And no one calls an eye doctor an oculist anymore. So.
I didn't know that they ever did.
I mean, they did, look. It came with all of these different, this is, you know, please keep the store closed, door closed.
I need to put that on my door. She's always knocking, waking me up, asking me questions.
I'm a lonely. Some of these are just your ordinary signs. I think if I hadn't seen the Oculus sign in there, I would not have been that.
If you require service, please call extension 209. Why not? It'd be funny to put this up in places and see if people do it. Put this up in your office and see what happens.
Have you called the extension yet?
Oh,
they'll help you. This is the one I'm most excited about because I think it really
I love that.
Suits my little vignette of 60s, late 50s, 60s stuff. This was a weird, one of those bags on the walls at Goodwill for $1.99.
Wink, wink. I'm sorry, all right. It's just
I'm blushing.
So we're out of Europe, and now I'll rewind a little bit to before Europe, where I went thrifting with my mama back in Boston. And we went to a Savers, which I've always told you I wish there was a Savers closer to me.
They have Savers in
Boston. And the checkout line was a scene.
Was it a 50% off day?
It was.
I don't know that they have 50%
was going
off
on.
days. Did your mom get a discount when she went up? Did you make her pay?
I didn't.
It may have been senior day and 30% off. Your mom should have paid for you.
It was tense. Somebody came back into the store and bumped the cashier. And the cashier said, "Oh, don't mind me." I was shocked, and like, but then my mom and I were like, she did bump her, and so I told my mom, I said, she's a tough one, be nice. Yeah. Like, just like, let's sort of
diffuse
it. Diffuse, yes. Yeah. And so we did, and she loved us. She was like, let me get you all taken care of, like, da-da-da-da-da. So just remember that everyone's got a job that's tough.
Well, everyone has their
and don't bump
stuff
them
too, yeah.
But don't call people a B word at work either.
I'm so excited while he's getting his stuff out. I really usually peek, and I just peek. I peek.
These little blue plates, they're not cleaned. I need to scrape off this marker or whatever, but I looked, this is the, I rarely ever Google in the store because I feel like when I do, it doesn't usually like tell me that I'm gonna make any money, and I don't like to think that way if it speaks to me and I like it. But I did look this plate, this plate company up, and it is called, it's Mexico, and Furta Crisa, sure. There's 8 of them. They're this beautiful blue that reminded me of Palm Springs, and I thought of like somebody out here making their, maybe like the key lime pie. That they brought from Florida here to be like, this is where they like have another
jiggling on there a little bit. Oh, so pretty.
And it's on this beautiful blue plate.
And they're not scratch, Paul. I don't know how you got plates that weren't scratched. They must not have been used.
I saw some today that I really liked, and they were scratched, and I didn't get them.
They're mostly, and they're scalloped. Those are really pretty. You know what will take that off? I know it seems like just a white,
magic eraser.
Magic erasers take everything off.
Everything.
I don't know what a magic eraser is.
I had some wrinkles. I just rubbed it around my eyes.
He's actually 87 years old.
Clean them up, no problem. So these, I don't know what these are. Maybe you can tell me. These are these like little, it seems like appetizer and drink plates, but I don't know, like, do you balance your drink on this?
Can I see it for a sec?
Yeah. I have 8 of these. They remind, you know what these remind me of?
Those are so cute. What? Disney, Small World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And contemporary.
So Mary Blair was the artist who worked with Walt Disney on the World's Fair.
Yes.
And she then was recruited to work for the Disney company, and she did the images for It's a Small World. They're very her style, which is Mary Blair. It's like the 60s, the 50s, yeah. She was amazing because first of all, she was a woman working as an artist amongst all of these men. But she just had beautiful. So cool. So how much was it for the set?
$4 for all of these.
I can't. That's Savers.
I know.
This is
I realized
like your thrift store.
Like this is we were thrifting today. We went to 3 different places and found that, as we've said in other videos, Palm Springs is on to us. And everything was not only not great today, but also double the price. Out here, it's like everyone's looking for the same style. In New England, they don't want this. This is like too kitschy. This is not New England style. So these plates, and 2 more things that I'll show you in a second. I need to thrift more in Boston when I'm home.
I do. I need to come and thrift with you in Boston.
We'll do a Boston thrift video. How fun would that be? Oh my god, and we could stay at my parents' place.
We need to show you something that's not my style, but that I got because I feel like it's very vintage looking. And it was so cheap that I just was like, I'm gonna get it. So hold on, let me get it.
Pan's Labyrinth. Oh my god. That was the best. Wait.
I got this tea set. So it comes with the creamer. This is for the sugar. And then it also comes with
I'm dead right now.
With the creamer.
The best thing I've ever seen.
Here, hold up this. It was so cheap. I think it was like $2.
I don't know why this is making me laugh so hard.
So a couple of issues. First of all, this is missing the lid. And then there is...
Who needs a lid? She knows. She's like, look at these eyes. She's like, I know it's missing.
And do you want to know there was dirt on her face? What did I use to wipe her face off?
Magic eraser.
Exactly, I did, and the dirt came right off. So this is absolutely not my style, but I purchased it because I thought it will be cute.
This is everyone's style. I love it.
Do you? And I didn't break it yet. I did break something today on the way up. In Paul's dark parking lot tonight, I broke a piece of Pyrex. And I had to stand there, and people came by and asked me if I was okay. Paul went and got the broom, but thank you. I hope no one hurts themselves. But this to me is kind of what some of the booths are all about. They're more like this kind of, what would you call this? Grand chic or something? Oh, I feel like people who dress up in vintage would have this at their house.
So this first is some vintage Pyrex.
Oh, that was the shape of the one that I broke tonight. Well, but yours is more beautiful.
When I saw this, I was like, welcome to Palm Springs. Can you imagine putting your orange juice in this and putting it on the table?
And I've never seen that pattern before.
Isn't that great?
That's really pretty.
No, I think this is just so precious.
It's really beautiful. Orange juice. Definitely.
Juice. And then to go with your orange juice, please don't let me break anything. This is what my mom found and called me over to, and she was like, I don't know if you're interested in this at all. It's one of these old coffee pots. These are very hard to come by now. This is what I wish we had when we did our RV trip.
Yeah, oh yeah.
When we brought an entire electric coffee pot with us. So, for those of you who might not know, a lot of you probably do. Barberware coffee pot, but it all brews in the pot. So you put your grounds in here, and then you put this in here, into the pot, hot water here, cover it up, percolator. It brews everything right from underneath, and it makes the coffee inside the pot. It's like an old school, almost like it's like the electric French press.
Yeah.
And they cost, I think anywhere, Mom was saying, like these go for like $60 to $80 now, like if you want to buy them new. And as we all know, and I'm going to show you in a second too, that they don't make them like they used to. This guy is like, they don't make them like they used to. This is sturdy.
It's so mid-century looking too.
And just to know that, like, yeah, you have your traditional, I feel like Black & Decker doesn't even really make coffee pots anymore, but like the typical coffee pot, like it sits in your kitchen and it makes you coffee and it's fine, but it doesn't look like this. Like, how great does this look?
It's very,
and it's just like
clean looking.
And when you're done making the coffee, you just bring the whole thing out and put it on the table and you're good to go.
And it would also be easy to clean. It wouldn't be that difficult.
It's one of those ones that if it doesn't sell, I'm not gonna be heartbroken, because
it'll also look good on your table, I think. Wow.
It's always the stuff that I don't want to sell is the stuff that sells. Like, remember that little Lazy Susan last time? But she went to a very happy home. I ended up selling it for less because a woman came over and she's like, it's my color scheme in my kitchen. And she paid more than I did for it, but it just made me happy that it was going to a happy home. Janet Croce, help me find this.
Mrs. Croce, I cannot wait to hang out with you.
I know.
These are books I got at Savers. And
Savers.
I got 2 books at Savers. I think it was like $3 for the set, or for both of them. So this is the North American Almanac from 1931. And
I know, just a book from 1931.
But look how beautiful the colors are. And of course, you know, I go back and forth. I usually put most of the books back. But this is really cool. It's Homesteading Courses That Lead to Business Careers.
That is in fantastic condition.
Isn't it beautiful? So, inside cover, and it's just, And it's just a pretty book, and it's got pictures and interesting little facts and things in it. I actually put a book like this back at an estate sale.
Oh my god, I love that cover.
And this is out of Africa. So
Meryl Streep much?
Wouldn't that be beautiful framed?
Yes.
Look at that, out of Africa. So pretty.
See, there's some scholar out there that wants this.
So there are those, and then this I got in an estate sale, Scottish clans and their tartans. So it's just a book of all of the different tartans, the different patterns.
Doesn't want that. That's a perfect gift for the best man to give to the groom.
Yes.
Which isn't a big thing, I feel like, but it should be a thing.
It should.
Because you know how the grooms sometimes wear the kilts?
Yeah. Wouldn't that be neat?
Yeah. Can I read you a fun fact from the almanac?
Please.
Do you guys know what the oldest city in the world is? Any guesses?
I would think something in Africa.
Damascus is declared to be the oldest city in the world now in existence, flourishing in 1913 BC and mentioned in Genesis. So there you go. I found some Martini glasses at a Habitat for Humanity thrift shop in Torrance, California. And Martini Glasses and we have a very challenging relationship because I love the shape.
Me too.
But they're flimsy and they are tricky to hold and not spill. And these had the right weight and the right shape. And so I bought 6 of them and I did a little pattern on them. And so you see this little pattern here. It's 4 different types of paint that I found at a great little art shop in Los Angeles. It's called Marabou is the company. It's surprising, they don't have a very big presence in the US as far as I can tell so far, but this paint is astounding. It really does, whatever you decide to do with it, feel that, isn't that so nice?
It's so smooth.
And once it adheses to the glass, it's really there. And it says dishwasher safe, but I would not. I would still hand wash everything. But it's just fun to play with, and you really can't mess it up if you know kind of like just how the paint works, which is once you play with it for a little bit, you can figure it out. And I feel like so many times I've been hesitant to try to take on new crafts because I'm like, I don't know how to use that thing or how to stitch that thing. And this paint is pretty foolproof. And I would just say, like, go out there, get something. They do porcelain paint, they do glass paint, and just try it out. And the one thing I would say, which I wish I had known ahead of time, that is helpful, is that because it sticks so quickly to glass, if you use a paintbrush, it's going to make the bristles stick together immediately. So don't use a paintbrush, use pasta. And
did you make that up or did you
I
read
made
about
that
that?
up. No.
I like that.
Take spaghetti strands, or I even use like penne pasta if I want to do a bigger stroke. And when you're done with it, snap off the end and just keep using it.
It looks like a Pollock. It looks like you splattered it.
Yeah. And that's the thing is I've done stuff where it's kind of abstract like this, but I've also done the highball glasses with the red, like where you can actually be very structured with it too.
Yeah.
You just need, I use painter's tape for that and poured it into sort of the form and then used a razor to scrape up any places that bled over. But it's just fun to work with, and really it's a very easy material to play with and learn from.
I'm thinking about the market and then how pretty those will look on the table with the sunlight.
Yeah.
You're gonna sell them, right?
I'm trying to.
Yeah.
I did a platter as well that didn't turn out quite as nice as I would have liked, but I'm still
the one that you shared
it.
on Instagram. I liked it. Wow. It does look like a
it's
gravity splatter.
Almost. And I've done one stained glass window in my life, and I love it, and it was an amazing experience. It's incredibly hard to do stained glass. Like, there's so much that goes into it. This is a way to create something that looks like stained glass with very little effort. So again, look up Marabou, M-A-R-A-B-U.
So back to estate sale shopping. Yeah, so I got these at that same estate sale. It was a crowded one. This was a sale that was on estatesales.net, so they had posted a bunch of pictures and stuff that the bigger stuff had been taken. So I typically don't fight the crowds. I just kind of look at the little stuff. This was in the garage at the house.
I think it's so fun too that they fill up the house.
Well, the house...
Like, the house is part of the sale in a weird way. Like, they use, like, the garage is like the back.
Well, anything that was in the garage is just taken out and priced. I mean, it's weird too. Real chat right now. So this is what I've learned with estate sales. Sometimes people have passed away. oftentimes people have not passed away and they're moving into a different living situation and it's too much of a burden on the family and they're liquidating. So that money will help the family to prolong the life of the person or to help pay for medical care. That's a good way to look at it.
It's a nice thing to point out though, because I think I've only been to a few and I do kind of think, oh man, I'm going through somebody's like stuff and they're not here anymore. Ultimately, what we do and what we love is taking something and bringing it and giving it a new life.
Right.
What I really love and what I love about doing the fair is that we meet people who find things and they're like, oh my God, I love this. And to think somebody else had that and was done with it. And now it's time for someone else.
Yes, and we're not like mass sellers. We like the whole process. We like finding it. We like creating, I mean, I like the packaging of it, obviously.
And there's a story.
There's a story.
Every single thing that I have, I could tell the person the story of how I found it.
Right, and we talk to people. I mean, if that's not obvious that we're chatty. But
are you still watching?
Wake up, wake up. We digress. So I was in the garage. I found a bunch of these. They're slides, and these are souvenir slides from California. So these are like the coolest. These are not worth much, probably $5 to $10.
They're awesome.
$5 to $10 per little souvenir slide. The font for this little holiday. And then this one's Lake Arrowhead. Okay, go ahead. This one's Big Bear. Oh, Big Bear, that's awesome. There's that. We've got Desert Flower and Cactus, so that's perfect for the hipsters. This is California Wildflowers. This is also Big Bear Lake, and this is Big Bear, California. So we've got those. Look at this packaging. They sent away for these slides. So this is 10 color slides for $175. It's Gettysburg.
People love Gettysburg, don't they?
Yeah, I was actually listening to a podcast about Gettysburg today. Look at the little catalog.
Very sad.
Yeah, I've never been to Gettysburg. Have you?
No.
I feel like that's like a class trip your people would have taken. Your people.
My people?
Yeah. So they had so many of them. I actually had a full basket and I put a bunch of stuff back. So I decided to just go with the places that were DC, Gettysburg, anywhere in California. And then we have Washington, DC, a little. This is just like a little, look at the tiny map on the back here. These were 75 cents, 50 cents. So they gave me some bundle price. Don't you think these will go along with our story? Now I will say one thing I like about the Palm Springs State has brought this out in us is creating a cohesive look.
And a look that I feel like, not to toot our own horns, but that speaks to what you love and what I love separately and together.
Absolutely, they complement each other.
Thank you!
It's too bad Nick's not here to agree with us about this.
That's my last thing.
I do too after you're done. Okay.
It's very heavy, but I'm very excited about this. Again, at the Habitat for Humanity place in...
I was gonna say, did you bring that on the airplane?
Yeah, right.
Excuse me, I have a seat for my...
For my crock pot / deep fryer. It is a old school...
What brand is it?
The brand is...
Paul, I don't think it's
Daisy. I looked it up and these are selling for like $80 right now. And what's great about them is I think that they do double as a crock pot and a deep fryer, because this comes out and it's that crock pot ceramic weight. So you could use it simply as that if you wanted to. But then it's got this great basket. Like nobody wants to own a deep fryer because it's like,
dangerous.
No offense. But also don't own a deep fryer. Like go get your deep fried thing somewhere else because you shouldn't deep fry anything. It's not good for your heart. But if you just had this handy dandy little bin around.
So what do you do?
So I think it's mostly like, okay, you got yourself a cute little crock pot for 2. That's what it's there for. But if you're having like a little fun, put some oil in there and make yourself a nice fry dish.
You know, it looks like, I think there are people who purchase for model homes almost, and this would look good in a mid-century model home.
Yeah, I went back and forth, so it was $15, but sometimes you gotta spend it.
If
it's this cool.
I was thinking I would love it. I would love an old UK flag. Found this at Savers because it was my dream to find, in particular, a UK flag of some sort. So I was going through the sheets and the material, and this was just hanging in the material. Are you ready? I put it in this giant bag. It is this huge. I discovered what it is, but let's open it up first if we can. It's this huge flag. Look at it. Can you pull it taut?
It's as taut as I can get. It smells good too. Did you clean it?
Nope. This is as clean as it was. It's like the dreamy flag. It could go on a wall.
Debbie Temple would like this.
This is the flag. It's got the Union Jack on one end here. And it's got a stamp on it. And it says here, Flag, National United Kingdom of Great Britain. And it's got this little stamp on it here. So what I learned that this is, it's the Royal Navy Union Jack flag. So it's from the Royal Navy.
Oh, and the quality of the fabric is incredible.
So nice. It was $7.99.
Oh my god. It could be in a museum.
I don't think it's vintage. Thank you. So
Yay.
found.
I forgot that I have a little token from Europe for my dear. Close your eyes. I mean, not that it would stop you. Actually, wait, before I do that, I forgot what else was in this bag. Before I give you your gift, these cufflinks, these were €4 for all of these.
It's almost beautiful? Like mother of pearl.
That's what I thought it was mother of pearl.
And
there's a curve there with the cufflink. He could probably have gotten these at Macy's. I have no idea, but they're from Germany, so they're special.
Those are so cool, and you paid €4 for 2 pairs.
But then for my love, my dear, open your hands. Is that first? Do you know what?
Oh, it's wax.
For, and this is from a Christmas market. This is one of the few things I found. I thought of my love. I got you a stamp for your
wax
mailings.
Seals. Paul, I love wax seals. I sent them out one Christmas.
I saw that, and it says Luftpost.
Oh my god.
Got a little blimp on it.
I love postal.
So that you can, I know, that's why I got it.
I love you.
So you can make your seals. And I asked her, I was like, do you need anything else? She's like, no, just to seal up all your stuff. So.
Oh, thank you. That's so perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh, hey,
it's only been 72 hours.
And 44 minutes.
Did you feel like James Franco when he got his rock stuck? Rock stuck in your arm?
I would never.
Spoiler alert. Painful.
Well, he cuts his arm off.
Spoiler alert.
But he lives.
Spoiler alert.
Thanks guys for watching.
Thank you.
Love you, and we appreciate your viewership. I just saw something I wasn't supposed to see.
Oh, I'm really mad right now because that was one of my favorite things that I was excited to show you.
I'm erasing it from my memory.
If anybody wants a new friend, I'm available because I'm done.
Stop it.
Oh, you mean Dorit? PK! I was just thinking, PK, that we should have everyone over for rosé with ice.
Cheers.
Cheers.